Jared? No?
Yes.
No? Okay. Eliza, you want to, no, she's not. I can tell by her face. Well, Michelle, why don't you start?
Okay. As I'm calling it, my autumn jubilee postmortem. Although it was a fun event, this is kind of the autopsy from my end. The achievements I think we accomplished are that we had a diverse selection of vendors and food suppliers. Thank you, big time, Eliza, for that, and Leslie especially. Moving forward, I did notice that they did run out of food at about 4 o'clock. So I don't know if we should add another one or we just, the ones that we have come better prepped. But we were up against the protests that day and being rained out. So I think that was probably from their end. They didn't want to prep too much if we got rained out. But boy, everyone just positive feedback on that. We had a wide range of entertainment options. Special thanks to Maddie Flaskamp on finding those dancers last minute. Steve De La Rosa, obviously, for organizing the open mic piece. Trustee Sabri, thank you for bringing the Shriner Clowns. I appreciate that. But it was great. It was great. Another achievement, I thought the event catered to both kids and adults, attracting a broader audience. I think moving forward, we need to aim to engage more millennials, Gen Z, dual income couples, kind of find that middle ground. I think we're missing that piece. But with the live entertainment, I think we'll draw more in for next year with the live bands and things like that, if that's the direction we choose to go in. Opportunities for improvement. I would say that I'd like to see us streamline the check-in process for vendors and find ways to fill any gaps caused by no-shows. It worked out when we had someone right up at the top of the lot and saying, you go this way, this way. I talked to Officer Ruby, and one thing we could utilize maybe if we're all busy doing something, he said the police officers of the Explorer Post, they're always looking for projects where we can put them in traffic suits or, the little vests and work with one of us. So we got one down at the end of the path, one up, so it's just very smooth and streamlined.
I'm not familiar with.
They have it's part of the Boy Scouts of America, but they're the Explorers.
Okay.
So we have an Explorers Post troop here in Villa Park, and they're always looking for volunteer activities that are law enforcement kind of based. Bridget, the other thing I thought of you and Key Club at Willowbrook, maybe getting some of your people to kind of help with that next year if you would want to get people to join in. It'd be a great volunteer opportunity.
Yeah.
So we can stay focused on.
I did have people respond to me. They said that they would, and then I don't know. Did they not show up? Because I had 2 people say, on NHS, say that they would.
In all fairness, you had just started to. You really probably didn't have enough time to, get a response from them maybe, or something that they would have liked to have on their calendars earlier.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
I have a vendor organization, maybe a vendor table first, and then, or a volunteer table.
Yeah, maybe a check-in
first,
table. Yeah,
so we know
volunteer
who's
table, a
there and
check-in
who's to
table.
help, and, yeah.
I was just, these are just, I was brainstorming. On my end from the entertainment, it was a learning curve for me this year, definitely. Definitely room for improvement in the entertainment logistics. Karaoke probably should have been later in the day. If I could play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game, I would have liked to see more seamless transitions from from the open mic to the parade. I felt like we didn't, that was kind of a blurred line, and we had a hard time making that transition before Liquid Fun start. But that's something I'll examine moving forward. But I'd like to improve upon that, or whoever does entertainment next year, wink, wink. Regarding invoices and payments for vendors and entertainers, I found myself personally having to chase down, I wish I would have known what the procedure was, so maybe we could have cut checks beforehand.
I don't think anybody knew.
No, I'm saying it's a
we
learning
do.
curve for all of us. It's not a criticism. I'm just saying, moving forward, I would like to see that, so the day of the event, we're ready to rock and roll and say, hey, this is what we approved. And we don't give it to them until they show up. We're not just going to send them a blank check unless they're actually there performing the service. But have those ready to go. I just got an invoice literally last week from one of our entertainment people, and I was chasing that down for the most of the end of October, beginning of November, and I just got it on November 11th. So that's stuff like once we put this to bed, it should be done. We shouldn't have to worry about that afterwards. And anything with vendors, well, I don't know what your experience was, Eliza, as far as collecting payment, getting, and Leslie, as far as getting all the vendors to pay ahead of time. If that was organized or not organized for
It
you.
was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was a couple that, paid day of, but it was we just had to send a lot of emails, a lot of communication.
I think they're working on an internet or a way to
Oh,
do
that'd be
it
cool.
online.
Yeah,
So if we
pay
can
online would
push
be
that
great.
too, that would certainly make that a lot easier.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
Do we know how much money was collected the day of the event? Eliza? you
I
were
don't know
quicker than
exactly how much money was collected the day of event.
And do we know where that money went?
Yeah, came here to the VPRC. I dropped it off to Kathy.
And they were all on the list,
Yeah.
right? So they just paid you. They were on the list and filled out the form.
So do we know how
that
much
was-
money we collected from the vendors?
I think it was, I don't have the number now. I do have it, but I don't have it with me right now. I mean, I don't.
So
have it.
I feel like that needs to be tightened up moving forward.
Yeah, because like I said, a lot of us this year, I mean, this is my first year on the commission. I knew there was a lot of new things we present. This rec center is new. So this in the past was never a place where that, so it was new for all of us. I'm just saying I'd like it to be more streamlined. If, I could have my Santa wish list of things for Autumn Jubilee next year, those would be it. And that's what I have. Those are my three achievements, 3 opportunities. Feel free to expound.
May I?
Yes,
Well, first of all,
trustee Sabri.
thank you for doing a great job. You guys this was your first event, and I will say you guys did a wonderful job. You had vendors lined up all the way to the stop sign. I didn't think we anticipated that to begin with. Great job doing it. Our liaison, Brian Roach, thank you very much for your help and support. You were ready to go for extra tents and so forth in the case of rain. We had that concern. So it was well taken care of that from the staff point of view. Some of the questions are being raised here that the money situation and the invoicing and everything else. Since this was your very first go around for this thing here.
Actually, this is our third year.
No, this is your third year, but as a staff, as a commission liaison, this is like, you guys are working together with this. And I think what I will say is that you did a wonderful job doing it as is. Maybe have a pre-meeting ahead of time, I'm just saying it, and you guys can kink out all your invoicing issues, who the vendors are and so forth. We've been doing, July 4th for VFW for a long time, and as you can see that we have a lot more with this, so I will be more than happy to assist you if you need anything. And as far as the staff is concerned, I believe village staff will be able to support you. I can only say this, you guys did a wonderful job doing this. All I could say is next year is going to be bigger than this because you had so much positive, even though we had 3 positive and 3 negative. What I heard from my group, from the Medina group, we had clowns. I was one of them. I'm very proud of that. Then we also had face painting. One person came in as a face painting, and as you can see that she was there nonstop. So you had a lot of kids. You did a wonderful job. So be proud of it, and I think next year you'll be much better than what we have here. So it's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
About like the village hub, I
Sana?
feel like the not the I don't know if they're like the work guys, but like Parks and Rec, they did a really good job. Like I know like when they were the power was like kind of becoming an issue, but they easily fixed that. I feel like they were able to get a generator really quickly and stuff.
This guy here.
This guy right there, he was he's the liaison for this commission, and also he has taken big part, and he was in our meeting, if I remember. I did attend some of your pre-meetings, at least one for sure, and he was there to help you. So I believe next year it will be good. Yeah, thank you. It's good. It's good. Anything else?
I don't know. I feel like we did a really good job, kind of like on the spur of the moment, kind of figuring things out. If there were like little things that cropped up, we did a great good job at like, I don't wanna say quashing them, but kind of fixing them and making everything, kind of tidying everything up. I feel like because of like the rain, how people like, kind of, I don't wanna say bailed on us, but they bailed on us. They, or decided not to show up because they were scared, like they were gonna get rained out. I think that we could have maybe moved it in more, because I feel like there was some like bigger spaces. But I guess I know that's also some part of like the terrain, because the terrain was kind of messy. But I feel like I talked to this one lady, and she was kind of like far out, and so I think it'd be good. I mean, she still got lots. I'm not gonna say lots of business, but still got a decent amount of business. But I think she would have liked to be less like
Isolated.
Spaced out and down at the end.
Like, she was all at the end, and I think he felt a little bit isolated from everybody else. But besides that, I feel like everyone else is pretty close.
As a trustee point, well taken. And I think make your list and let us know if the board can help you with any different way, whatever your assistance you need in the future. I know definitely by talking to one of the other trustee, we definitely will need a police support, perhaps for traffic arrangement and so forth. There will be a lot more next year, so I believe we will be prepared for that. Thank you.
Carlos?
Hi, yes.
Hi.
My good is, we had a lot of foot traffic. Even with the weather, as everyone stated, that it was rainy and we weren't, and we were thinking we might get rained out, but the foot traffic was fantastic. Next good takeaway is, we were very organized. The flags were where they were supposed to be able to measure out the spots. It made everything go extremely smoothly. My number 3 takeaway, we had ample parking. It worked out great for the vendors. Having the vendors along that path gave them an opportunity to park their vehicle straight out from wherever their setup was, so they can track it across the grass and track it back. It made everything much easier for a lot of people. Improvements, we have 3. More porta potties. The people at the end said that they had to travel so far away from their location to be able to use the washroom. If it was just one person, then they would have to leave their thing, and they had their next door neighbor watch it. The next improvement is, I'm not sure if we should supply this, but this is something to keep an eye on, is access to some type of Wi-Fi. For our, what's it called? For open mic, we actually needed a stronger Wi-Fi signal. A cell phone did do the trick, but at least a hotspot would have actually helped. Third takeaway is more food trucks, but we've already covered that. That's it.
Thanks, Carlos.
Thanks, Carlos.
Anybody over here? Kathy?
I will go, if it's okay.
Okay.
I think I'll go to Azana. I think you're supplying for the children, like the stickers were really good. The stamps was really a good idea. And the bags, I think we just would need more of them, so I think it was not a positive negative, but like the bags that were decorated, you know, they were already decorated. So the plain bags were really, really good. And I think maybe getting a lot more, because then I started scrambling and looking in the bin for I found some notebooks for the kids but they were going crazy on the stamps, and the stickers were perfect. I think just, like I said, just more of, and then,
Yeah, we
because
could
that's
get-
something like that won't go to waste, like, we'll have it for
You
next
can
year.
use it for subsequent events.
Yeah, but the individual stickers were really, because then we could have several kids working at one time, because the stickers were, you know, small enough to. So I would put all of that as a positive. I had, I think Michelle, the live entertainment was for sure, like, great. And Trustee Sabri, I think having the Shriners there, the clowns with the face painter, it made it more lively. It just made it, I mean, the clowns were funny. I just really liked them. They were colorful, and it just added a lot to the festivities. It made it very festive.
We did a festival.
But also the VFW being there with their pumpkins was,
Oh, yeah.
I think, just a really last-minute nice touch. They came over with their wagon. They were very, just like we could have put them wherever they filled into that slot nice, but they could have been anywhere. But I think having them with the pumpkins was really nice. I think, I wouldn't want to say a minus, but again, I would piggyback on Michelle's comment with the parade. It just seemed a little awkward, as in we don't know, because it ended up in the middle of the music, and it just, I don't know if it's the starting point. If it was too far down at the museum.
Right.
I think that was awkward, how far down we were. And I think maybe we have to work in the dance company was very popular and very successful, but I think it got cluttered somehow with the, to me, it felt cluttered with the parade. It felt like maybe they should have been separate all by themselves.
Right. That's
I don't know. I think that's something we'd have to work on, but something just didn't seem to,
kind of where I was
flow.
going with it too, yeah.
and I don't know if it was the starting point, or you mentioned the timing, but something, and the Green Man Troop, like how they fit in, because then they were at the end, and I wasn't, if they were supposed to be playing off the dancers, or
Right. They were doing the storytelling, but then they had the improv actors kind of participating. But once again, like, I agree with you 150% that I just felt like I don't know, like it felt kind of, like we need
Almost like you were
more
trying to
clear parameters, or like, I don't know. But look, something to revisit for next year, so that we don't have those issues.
yeah, I think, and then, and I don't want to take something away from Eliza, but you had mentioned about the vendors. I thought the vendor, like, there was confusion with the vendor payment, like where to go to register, like right in the beginning when we were
Yeah.
doing our early Cortese Park, and then, people were like submitting payment on a form, and then it's like, oh, no, you don't do that, and that was just a learning curve. But if we know to send them here in the future, that's a lot easier. If there was a streamlined payment.
Yeah.
That would eliminate a lot of headache.
If there was a portal, that'd be great. 'Cause
Yes.
Remember, we also had a different village liaison
Right.
halfway through.
Right.
So Gina had some payments and some info, and so we had to kind of switch, so.
Exactly.
Keep
Yeah.
in mind that happened as well.
Right.
So, yeah, a portal would have been really,
And
really
up
helpful.
front, so when we started to get vendors, you could
Yeah.
just say, hey, you gotta go
here,
to.
log in,
Yeah, and you
pay
gotta go,
here.
you pay through
Yeah.
the Villa Park Rec Department.
Yeah, and some of them are old school and had checks and wanted to send a check, or, and that's in the mail and that kind of
But-
thing. So,
I think it would be a good idea if I know you said like a portal, if like you click on something and then it takes you, and maybe it takes you like a Google form, and it's like, hey, please put like maybe your name, like your contact information, what you're trying to sell, and then say how are you gonna pay? You can pay online, or you can pay like check, cash. Are you gonna walk in? Or are you gonna like mail it? Like
Yeah.
if you like mail, or if you do physical, are you gonna mail it, or are you gonna walk in? Like this is where you need to like send it to, and blah blah, blah, and have like a Google form like that, so they can, and so like one where how they're gonna give you the money,
Right.
two like who signs up. I mean, you can tell. I don't know. You can like kind of cross reference with like maybe the rec center, if they've gotten the money from these people yet. So you have a list of who like applied, and who like still needs to pay. Like who needs to pay from like the rec center itself. Well, from the Google form you can tell who like
Yeah.
applied and is interested in, or maybe besides that you just have like I'm interested, like a not a Google form, but like not have to check off any of those boxes, and have a I'm just interested, please send me more information about this kind of box.
Yeah.
If they want. I think like rather than if like we could have our own thing like to keep track, and then they ask. I don't know. I feel like it'd be like easier to file people.
yeah, a lot easier. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Leslie. I'm sorry.
I'd like to make a comment about the payment process this year. I think, and moving forward, I think it's important that the payments are made in advance. There's no reason why those payments should not all be in before the day of the event. If they're going to show up here in Villa Park to have a tent or a table, they can certainly show up here to make a payment in advance or send in a check. I think we just make a deadline of whatever it is, the 1st of October or 2 weeks before what our date is, and this way, we take that whole rigmarole out of the process. That gives us a chance to actually assign them a booth number, because we'll know in advance that these people are supposed to be there. We can give them that information then ahead of time, along with a map, so that they can see where they're going, instead of coming up to the parking lot this year, and then we tried to figure that out, and have, Carlos and I were running up and down the two sides with the people and showing them where to go. But if we already had that information and could give it to the vendors a few days ahead of time, I think that would be very helpful.
I'd like to expound upon in that saying as well, if they've already paid, they've got a little bit more skin in the game and they're less likely to be a no-show. And then maybe you'll have a better idea what those gaps are going to be, say, so we don't have people down all the way, so you guys can coordinate and how to fill in those gaps. You don't have a only person down there at the end of Summit. You can adjust accordingly.
We did have, Eliza and I went down 3 days before with paint, and we measured that all out. And some of this on one side, the places we measured, the tents just weren't fitting when the people got there. And so we learned that.
Right.
But I think that's a little more organic than being in a place like this, where you've got this square, and these people are all going to fit here. So on the one side, it was a little bit further apart. There were some times where there were trees and you had space.
I'm speaking to the no-shows that morning. You guys did a great job with the map, doing the logistics, but the morning of the event, when people, how many no-shows did we have?
We had people that paid that were no-shows, but it was the
Okay,
rain.
yeah.
They were scared of the rain.
Understood,
So
understood.
we have them a spot, but if they decide not to come, you still have gaps.
Yeah.
So I think it's possibly a better idea. You show up, you're spot 1. You show up, you're spot 2. You show up, you're spot 3. Then that way,
No
you
gaps.
know there's not going to be a gap.
A gap, minus the electricity, the only thing we'd
Minus
have
the
to, is
electricity,
the electricity.
right.
We'd have to figure something out like that.
I disagree with that 100%. I think it's very important to have people figured out, to have the vendors figured out, so that we don't have two bakeries next to each other or two artists right next to each other. I think things need to be spread out so that there is a variety as you're walking down the path. That's my 2 cents.
Building on kind of what you said earlier about how no shows, like we don't want people to like show up like the moment of and like pay the day of. I was thinking like if you're gonna do that, I think you should maybe like, so people can't be like, well, you didn't tell us that, because now we're like they don't show up and get really mad and they tell their other vendor pals like not to like come to our event. I think we should have it like we should advertise that, please, like you need to have your money in by this day, or you will not be allowed to set up your tent. Or if you don't want to turn away at the door, we can kind of be like, if you do call on the day of, you may or may not get a spot, and if your spot might not be the best area, you might end up by the porta potty, or you might end up like not in a very good spot for your business. Not in a good spot for your business, but like in a bad, not honestly bad area, but like you might be all the way at the end, or like you could, or even they could like fill in like little gaps that people, if no shows don't show up, something like that.
Okay. Well, I think, does anybody else have any
Well,
more
one
things
thing.
to
I was
talk
gonna say
about?
one more
Because
thing.
we can have meeting about
Right.
this. This isn't to answer and get all this stuff
No, I
solved today.
I would like to throw out the date of the event. If we
Okay.
were, like, if we think it was too late, should it have been, I mean, I know you have Brewfest, but,
Are you thinking in September?
no, I was
I mean,
thinking.
that's probably
like
your
maybe
own-
a week early, I don't know, a week earlier, like, we were,
Right on the fringe.
I guess of weather maybe, and then.
There's a lot, there's so much going on in October
So
and the
that's the only
fall.
thing I
It's
would, I
hard
would
to
put out for discussion, just to, you know,
Revisit
to make
that.
sure
the
we
name.
have the best
Okay.
date.
I would like to address the chair.
Yes, Carlos?
I see this crystal clear. I don't see an either or, I see a hybrid. Whereas we have people respond, and that way we can make a map of where to place them. And then we can also grab the last minute people who show up, because we're still going to have some gaps, and then we can just place them. I do see that working as a hybrid. So
That's kind of what we did, because we filled in people a little bit where people didn't show up. We had it very well planned out, but you had people that just decided they weren't, they didn't want to risk the thought of rain.
Gotcha.
And I would, my only other comment would, because I heard that they were possibly thinking about doing 2 dates for next year, a makeup date.
Oh, that's smart.
Well, you're not gonna get vendors that are gonna give you 2 days.
Nope.
You just can't.
No.
They're not gonna commit to 2 different weekend days in a autumn, because you generally booked, right? Like
Yeah,
food trucks and
they're
vendors.
not going to commit for 2 Saturdays because they're
Yeah.
losing money
Yeah.
by committing that. You're never going to get that
Never
from
gonna
food
get
trucks,
it.
so.
Yeah.
Wishful
It's just-
thinking, it
yeah,
won't
I think it's
happen.
Wishful thinking.
Being in the
Right.
business, I just know, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just my 2 cents on that. I think you have a date. If it rains out, it kind of rains
It
out.
is what it
and-
is.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, people have tents, I mean, even if it was a little drizzly.
They
I
were
mean,
fine. Most
they
people were
should-
fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it should be rain or shine.
Yeah, I agree.
You decide if you want
I
to
just
come,
was talking
but,
about the actual date. I wasn't talking about multiple
Oh, yeah.
dates, because I don't want to be
Yeah.
there twice.
yeah, you have to see who
Not
we
too
can,
alive.
who we have to fight with to get the best date. You better sign up
weekend days.
yesterday. Leslie?
So my 3 positives are the residents love the addition of the skeletons. That went over so big. I actually saw people out there with their children posing in front of the skeletons, getting their pictures taken in front of the skeletons. It really, really was a fantastic addition. I also heard from vendors who asked if they could participate with the skeletons and then have their booth next to the skeleton, in a certain area. So that's a thing we could possibly look into next year. But definitely, there's more. There is a definite interest in there, and I do think that moving forward, we're going to be able to go farther down the path next year. So there's that. I talked to several of the vendors after the event who sold out of everything. The cupcake people sold out. The ice cream vendors sold out. They were thrilled with the turnout. And when asked if people would return next year, the vendors would return, every single one of them said yes, and that they thought that this was one of the best events that they went to all year long because of the price of participation, the ease of getting their booth set up, like you were talking about, Carlos, on the side of the road like that. They thought that was amazing. They thought they were going to have to walk for miles. So vendor-wise, I think it went really, really well. And then I think the hours were perfect this year. We tweaked those back and forth. I think the 11 to 5 worked out really, really well. We were done before it got dark, just about that time, but late enough so that when the lights came up on the prairie path with the skeletons lit up, it happened at the end. It was like the coup ferret of the whole event.
Hooray.
I never heard that word.
You
Not to
haven't
mention,
played
we dodged
Uno.
that rain by every.
That was gone.
Is it start with a C, or how do you spell that?
I also liked the menu boards that we had out there showing the schedule of the performers. I thought that was really a nice touch. Maybe having a bigger board at each end of the path would be even better, and maybe having that out a couple of days ahead of time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad idea either. My 3 improvement suggestions: I would like to see more community and civic organizations out there with a booth. We had the Friends of the Prairie Path out there. I thought that was wonderful. It would be nice to have the Go Green group come out, other groups like that. Girl Scouts, unfortunately, were not able to join us this year, but definitely having the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts of America out there, having other resource groups out there, talking about food banks, that type of thing. Why not? The more, getting that word out, people are walking up and down. It's a great way for them to kind of a mini town hall. First aid. I think we definitely need to look into getting maybe the Villa Park Command Center vehicle. That would be kind of cool. Having that even as part, put it in the parking lot, have that be part of the thing where the kids can crawl around on it. But then we also have Band-Aids and,
A defibrillator.
yeah, yes, whatever we need.
We need somebody to work the defibrillator.
And then the last thing is, I think we need to have more signage out there on our city streets, as well as a new clear design next year, where it's to the point, simple, QR code. I don't know that we necessarily have to list all the things that are going to be there. It should just, I think we're getting far enough along where it says Autumn Jubilee, this date, be there, and leave it at that. Here's the QR code for more details.
Date, time, boom, so it's really visible, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you said, you mentioned menu, and that brought me back to, have you guys ever went to the Willowbrook, the craft fair at Willowbrook High School? If you don't know, their vendors all get like a menu of like the food trucks, and I thought, and when you said menu for the thing, I was like, some of the, you know how some of the vendors were really far down and stuff, and like they don't want to leave their tents for way too long. If they had a menu that they could just go down, like so they already knew like what foods were gonna be there, and so they could run down, like kind of choose what they want, get in line, and then know what they want, order, and then get back, or even they could, I don't know if they ask someone to order for them, but they don't have to go down there and stay for like a long time trying to figure out what they want to eat, or if they could just have like, just having the menu there so they can kind of know like, oh, like here, or if they see their friend, like not a friend, but like so they know like in the crowd, like, oh hey, are you heading down the food truck? Could you grab me this like the pulled pork sandwich from that one vendor, and so they can eat it while they're like at their stand, and they can go get it and then come back or something like that. Like,
So you're suggesting we have a DoorDash?
Really?
That's what it sounds
Can we hire
like. No,
somebody
I think it's a
for
great
some money?
idea, actually, if we could figure out somehow way of doing that, or,
I mean, there'll be a lot of running down there. They're just
Have their maybe their specific menus on the QR, or a QR code for those?
Yeah.
So
It's a
I-
QR code, yeah.
yeah.
Like, where would this be, though? I don't.
They
like,
they
how-
gave a flyer out. The flyer was the menu, but also it had a QR code, so you can use your phone and you can look through their menu items.
So post
They
that
could
on the
do, they
menu
could,
bar?
if they could pay for it that way, and then somebody could run and go pick it
like
up
what you see
for
on a
them.
trail, like what you see on the trailer. So imagine like taking a picture of like whatever their menu looks like and then putting
Where
it on
would
a
this be
paper.
posted? We would hand this out, or?
Oh, well, you put you like
let's-
as they come in.
Let's
you
not
wanna
get
give it
carried
to-
away with this. This is something for another meeting.
Yeah. It's
About
just
where or
like
how, but it would be a good idea. I wrote it down,
Table
but
it.
let's not waste time on solving that right now. Anybody else? Are you done, Leslie?
I am
Are
from,
you? Okay. Eliza, you
I
got?
think I think the entertainment was amazing. The dance
Yeah.
troupe was awesome. Everyone really loved it. The goats were incredible.
Yes.
The vendors were all really happy. Everyone made a bunch of money, which was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, I think it was great. I think it was a little bit adventurous to say, it might rain, it might not.
Really?
It was fine. And,
Take a chance.
Yeah, all the entertainment was so fun. Yeah, it was a really good event. And I just really appreciated everyone's families that they're not attached to any commission, but they come and they help. Joe, Kim, your entire, Bob and Esme, everyone helps. And it's just really wonderful.
It is,
And
yeah.
so nice, and they don't have to do that, but they're there and they do it. And it's really, really nice. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate all of them. So thanks to all your families too for everything they did.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would like to, everybody done? I'd like to say my three. improvements. And first, the things that I liked the most was the music and the diversity of the music. And I loved having the saxophone guy in the middle pop up all of a sudden in the middle of something. He's the perfect size for that, so that was great.
That was great.
Yeah. I loved the vendors, seemed to be happy, and there was a real diversity in that, too. And the dance group was just wonderful. It was just such a surprise to have them, and it's so fitting to have them be doing the dance they were doing.
And let me just add on to that, going all the way down the path.
Right.
The vendor, again,
Yeah.
the vendors thought that was so cool that it went.
They got to see, they didn't miss it.
They got to see it a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Perfect.
So you need to let them know that they have to do it at least 5 times.
5 times. Okay, Maddie, you're on that one, right?
What?
Even having the sex guy in the middle, like, sorry, I don't know, like, even having the sex guy, like, in the middle, like, where the music kind of dies off from, like, the museum, having him there, like, because, like, I know a lot of vendors, like, it's really nice to, like, be able to hear music, but like, if they're all, like, down a Perry path, you can't really hear the music, but when he was kind of in the middle, midway.
Yeah, we're feeling softer over here and the more loud stuff down that way. As far as things that I thought could be improved, certainly the application form and the payment form. I think what we should require from these people is when they fill out that application form, we know that they have to write, so we know what their email is or their contact, and not get, Joe doesn't get emails at this address, and then we use that email, and well, I didn't get an email. Well, because you gave us a stupid email. So that this is really important information, and if you want to get contacted and want to know what's going on, this is where we're going to send it. So check. And what they're a name, not just Betty, but Betty's.
Yeah, there was some question.
Really?
What
What you selling?
Yeah, really. What are you selling? What is your thing? I just we need a little bit more,
Yeah,
more
for sure.
more specific, because we know that just needs to be specific. As far as the music, I think it would be nice if there was just a little space between for some announcements and things. The music was constant, which was nice but that band, boom, the minute the open mic was done, the band, and there was some time when it would have been nice to have that mic for some announcements.
Agreed.
So maybe just a little bit more between the acts. The last, what was I going to say? Oh, the food trucks. We seem to always have trouble keeping food trucks, so it would be nice to, tie down a few more food trucks. I think what did we have, 3 this time? Maybe if we could get, do you think 5 would fit? 4,
They
5?
fit, it's just always a challenge getting.
Yeah, it is a challenge, but maybe if we made that our priority rather than the first thing we look for, because we know. But like we said, it's got things going now, so people have heard of it. And we had that lobster guy there, so
Yeah, that was good.
that's a good start, And I was thinking, one more thing. I think the animal rescue, is a good idea. We have enough room to tie that in. Could we make that more of a second area, a second event, like maybe get some kind of a blow up, some kind of an arch or some kind of thing, and some kind of pause on the path to make it, first of all, to make the people want to come, the rescue people want to come and want to stay, and then make it more of okay, well, here's all the selling stuff and everything. Now the kids can go pet some puppies, and maybe you'll sell a puppy or something. Just a whole nother calm down kind of thing down that way. Make it a little bit more special.
Years ago, there was Pause on the Path, and that
yeah.
was an event that was held early September by the gazebo. And the last year that we did that, I believe we had 13 different rescues that showed up. It was a much shorter event. I believe it was only 4, do you remember how many hours?
Oh, I don't think I was.
I don't think I even went, yeah. I think you're the only
Okay,
one.
but,
You own that, But I remember
So,
the date,
yeah,
or the name.
and
yeah.
it was not nearly as complicated. There was not food trucks or anything else. It literally was an adoption event. And people have been asking for that. So I'm wondering, moving forward next year, maybe that becomes a separate event again. Maybe that's a standalone on its own, instead of trying to tie it in.
I think
Well,
it should be
that-
its own event.
It
Make it
could
big.
be, certainly.
Yeah.
But then you'll have to figure out how you want to extend that on Autumn Jubilee, if you want to say, well, no, this is the event for animals, or if you want, because I know the animals were kind of, we wanted to keep them down at that end, where it wouldn't be so noisy and boisterous, but then there were, it seemed like
Lost
some
a
of them
couple
didn't
of-
show
right,
up, and then people were down there going, what am I doing here? And maybe that. Would it make sense to say, I don't know, you give your $25, come or don't come, after you register, no refunds or something? It's $25, it's not like.
Nobody
it's gonna-
nobody
we-
asked for a refund.
we had one person
Oh,
ask
they
for
did?
a
Okay.
refund.
Yeah.
But.
That's pretty,
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
good.
pretty
That's pretty
good.
good.
I
Everyone else
want Leslie to answer your question. The last listing I have here is we made $800, and that was on 9/23. So there was probably more. That's the last one I have with the total on the bottom. So, well, it's not chump
So,
change, but
right.
it's not,
But that's not including the money that was brought in on the
not
day
the,
of.
not the
So
end, and,
that's-
yeah,
get you an
after,
updated
anything
one.
after the 900, so.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that we can stop this conversation, and this is all good ideas for having the next, when we start thinking
next year.
long and hard for next year. We've got a lot of fodder for that. Okay, we have the December special meeting schedule. We have a special meeting on Tuesday, December 9th, at 5:30, and that'll be here. And that will be I'm sorry, let me see. We worked up an agenda already. We can change and add a little bit of stuff to it. We're going to work on the budget for 2026. And when it saw the meeting, the village is still a little close to finishing the budget for 2026, so we don't really know what our budget will be, but we should start working as soon as possible to the events that we want to do and where we want to place money and how much, if we had enough money for what we did last year, or if we wanted to switch some around a little bit. And then another thing to do at that meeting will be to discuss and vote on the new chairperson, so we can nominate people and vote on that. And that's really all that I had for that meeting. And the
That meeting.
pardon?
I cannot make that meeting.
Well, no voting for you. You got to take what you get then.
Chairperson?
I do not want to be chairperson.
quick question.
Presidente?
I don't know
would
if
be
I
mean,
would
wouldn't it?
address Eliza or Mary on this one. Do we have just at a glance what we spent on each event this year?
Yes.
I haven't.
Guesstimate, rough
We've
guesstimate?
asked for receipts.
We don't
but-
have any official, all we have is what we have put on, what we see, what we know. And I have each item here, I can make a copy, I just did this today. We still actually have about $1,400, so we didn't go over, as far as we know. The last time I got and was told I could get a response as to what we have spent, I think was in July, but everybody knows our finances have been in such a.
Just village-wide, yeah, I
Yeah,
know that they're
yeah.
doing a lot of
So-
reconciliations right now.
So it's hard to get anybody to, well, pay my $20 thing here and we'll add that on. But Eliza had a nice form and it's really was helpful for doing all of this, so.
I can have it updated by December 9th, so you've got it. And if anyone has receipts that are, expenditures,
Yeah, I think
let me know.
most of the stuff is not really going to be us. I don't think. I think it's, did you pay the $250? We needed $250 for the Hokusai banner. We did this, this is the list of all the stuff that we have, put together, like the 2 gift cards we just purchased for Halloween, you know, all that kind of stuff that is not necessarily what we've purchased and are asking for reimbursement for. It's what the village, you know, and the tent and all that stuff. I'm assuming the tent was paid for, but I don't know. I haven't gotten any call for not paying the bill, but, so it's all what we have expected to spend. I don't know how
Okay.
to put it
Yeah.
any other way.
Very proud.
I
Give
would
a
like
good
to
email.
see, Eliza, it doesn't have to be real super, just at a quick glance,
Yeah.
if you can,
It
before the
is
next meeting.
It is the Google Doc. You can get into it.
Oh, okay, so that
Because you
is-
have a Gmail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get into it. It should be a shared Google Doc that you should be able to access from your Gmail.
Okay, can you shoot me the link for this?
Absolutely.
I have to make sure that is
Lost somewhere
updated.
in
When
there.
was
I
that
got you.
updated?
In the archives.
Should be right under your sheets when you go into Google.
Okay.
But I can resend it to you.
When was it updated last, do you know?
Probably before Autumn Jubilee. I haven't, nobody's given me anything that they've spent or
Okay, 'cause,
anything,
yeah,
so.
we'll have to get together and we'll
We
go
will.
over what I have, what you have.
Yeah.
And we'll have that by the 9th.
We'll update it.
Right, right. I was very impressed that we still had money because I was worried for a minute there. Leslie?
But my understanding is we need to spend that money or we lose that money.
I've heard
that-
it both ways. I've already heard that they've already wanted to give us more money.
But-
And maybe that everything is in such a flux because there's a whole nother commission now, or the Villa Park, what was it called?
Garden Commission?
No, Villa
Villa Fest.
Fest.
Oh, yes.
But that has not come into play yet.
Yeah, so we
because-
don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. So when the village gets a budget, then we'll probably be more specific in our budget. I would say maybe in the past, maybe that was, I don't feel that way now.
Ryan, would you like to?
Question?
Yeah, do you want to speak on that, Brian? Just the budget, we were always told, and Leslie just said, the last time that we did our budgeting, here we are, old ladies, you know, I don't say old ladies trying to cut the budget, you know, I don't want to waste the budget. We don't want to, you know, we didn't need this much for this. And then somebody brought it, well, you know, if you have a budget of $10,000 and you only spend $9,000, next year they're going to give you $9,000 because that's all you needed.
Yep.
Does that make sense? That's the way to,
The
Yep.
budget for the commission has been submitted already. It's pending board approval. It's, whatever was submitted doesn't currently reflect whatever you've spent so far this year. So we do see that in the budget, but it's not that. So I told you before, I think the submission for the budget was an increase from the previous year. Again, that's still pending the board approval. So once the budget is approved, later in December, then we'll know for sure what the commission gets as far as budget for 2026.
okay, thank you.
No, yeah.
Michelle?
I had a question about, so you said we're roughly about 1,300 left for the year then?
Yeah, roughly.
We still have signs to do for the Christmas decoration where we've got Joyful Traditions. So, I mean, I'm really good at
That's
spending money if
taking-
needed.
That's taking our budget for, I took our $500 budget for Joyful Traditions and our $250 for the holiday. That's included in that.
Oh, that is
So
included.
that's already in there. If you guys want to figure out how to spend $1,300 in, I don't know.
Maybe it's time.
I think you'd have to approve something somehow. Do we want to, is there anything we need? Well, it's kind of late even to like redesign Autumn Jubilee or something and do
I've
something
heard
like
so many
that.
comments about our We Love Villa Park
T-shirts.
T-shirts. I really think maybe now is the time to get a bunch of those, and maybe moving forward, those are the prizes for various events, you know? The more the merrier. Why wouldn't we have everybody wearing Villa Park on their back?
I want a few for myself.
There you go.
Well, this is my whole idea, I wanted a collection, us to have a collection, you know? So, but
Yeah.
we can discuss that too. I worry about T-shirts, I worry, because everybody, do they want they either want a medium or they
Gotta
want
have a
a
lot of
triple
sizes.
extra large. It's like sizes.
Talking about how you think about giving out as prizes, I feel like not even just the T-shirts, but people ask about the stickers. They thought the stickers are cool. They thought even the cups were cool to do. And I was thinking maybe like we can give out prizes. We can give out like specialty T-shirts for like prizes, but we could also open like a little part merch store, like a Fun Commission kind of like. I mean that's probably like a bigger project. We probably have to discuss more on, but. And I think you also have to pay for websites too. But if you could like create a website where they could buy like merch, like you know how like Willowbird basketball, like they have merch and it's like you can go to like a website and you can pay for it only for like a select amount of time. Like you can get like T-shirts, you can get cups, you can get hats, you can get water bottles and stuff like that. Maybe you'd have something like that. We could go partner with somebody, or we could do it ourselves, but only have the store open for a little bit of time. Otherwise, we'd be like overwhelmed with like orders or something like that. It's like a short time. We can maybe promote it out in Jubilee or promote it somewhere. We could,
I think those are all great ideas. I'm with you on that. I think at this point, though, time is ticking, and at the end of the year is coming up. And I think it's really important that we spend what's remaining in our budget for this year. And I think saying that money is going, or voting at the next meeting and saying the money's going for marketing the We Love Villa Park.
I think one thing
items.
we have to do is we have to find out, we have to talk to someone, whether it's President Patrick or probably Manager Rivas, regarding how accurate this is. I could be $1,000 off.
Can we
could
work on
be.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think Azana's idea is great, because we can also make the logo in different colors and different variations. And we could also use Instagram and Facebook instead of paying for a website.
I-
Cool.
quick-
Also,
quick
does our
comment.
13,000, anything we have left over, does that roll over?
No.
No,
That's unfortunate.
yeah, it is. We could have a nice party.
If I may,
My mind was going there.
just reach out to Manager Rivas and ask his concerns and how you should go about it.
Right.
And also you have town
After
hall
we
meeting
meet.
coming up. And you may end up getting something for that.
For what?
For the town hall on
Oh.
December 12th.
Yeah, we do have some magnets that we purchased.
You did?
Yeah,
I
I
have
was
a- I
gonna,
have a
on that
sample.
magnet thing, I was brought up, and I went through some notes from a previous meeting, and it was mentioned, someone mentioned car magnets. So I just would put that into, if we had extra money, if it was gonna be a marketing thing.
Not dandy.
This is what we're gonna, well, not this is how we're gonna show it off, but this is, so we're all around to something else. This is what we have for the town hall meeting. It's a car magnet. We
get
got
that?
100 of them. Online. So, well, it's pretty, we'll pass it around. It's pretty sturdy. It's sturdier than the magnets we had before, and I have that magnet on my car.
Yeah, those aren't car magnets, because car magnets are expensive. So the ones we had purchased previous were like refrigerator
Right,
magnets.
so I don't know if it'll ruin my car, but I don't really care. But these
No,
are
it's just
supposed
not
to
strong enough
ruin
to
your
make it through
car.
the
But
car
yeah, you
wash.
can feel it's a lot thicker.
So is that a real
That's a-
authentic car magnet?
That's a car magnet, yes.
I did not.
And I went to the Leslie said, well, did you ask our printer if he could do it? He does do magnets, but he doesn't do any shapes, and you'd have to cut it yourself. We were at first going to do the shape of but that would have been $150 too. We had $200 budget from the village. So we got 100 of those for $200, and he said that was a fantastic deal. He couldn't do that.
Who said that?
Matt from the printer.
Oh,
So anyways, that's a little off track. I was going to show you that, but speaking of which,
Maybe this is what we do. Maybe we get
so
a
well,
ton of these.
we have a little bit of time. If people want to get together, two together, and work on that, I don't know, you, Michelle, you, me, we'll have to decide.
But we have to put it on the agenda then?
Well, if we have to, if we think of something that we want to, these agendas that I just said,
Not if
or
we're
that
voting.
one, they just have to be 48 hours before they have to be posted. So we've got plenty of time, if we decide that
If we
we want
decide to
put
add it.
something, to add that on to that. Because the other meeting, the Tuesday, December 23rd, that's when we're meeting. I'm assuming we'll meet here, or we'll meet at Village Hall to go look at the nominations for the
Christmas decorations.
Decorations, that's going to be an audio thing. I don't know, Brian, if you want to come or not, or if we can audio ourselves. Cheryl said she had a machine that we could use. We have one car. I don't know, we could do 2 cars, but then how do you tape that? If you have 2 cars, and I don't know if everybody just gets out of the car and we just turn it off.
If we
I
know
don't
how many
know.
people are coming, we can just rent a party.
Rent a party bus with that
We have a
1,300.
bus.
There you go.
Explain to me who uses that bus? It's always there. Who uses that? Is that for the, can we use that bus?
Where's the bus?
Who would drive the bus? Is there a bus driver? Can you
never seen a
figure,
bus.
can you
Where's
look
the
that into us? That would be even fun, wouldn't it? We
Yeah.
could tell everyone on Facebook the bus is going out on the
Yeah.
23rd.
We could decorate it too.
I will look into the
Thank you.
availability and potential.
Cost, we have $1,300 to pay for gas. Okay.
Brian, could you drive?
Can I drive? I have a license.
That's great.
Drive the bus?
The bus, Asana.
Do you have to have a
will-
CDL for that? Okay.
I can drive.
Oh, no, I'm not getting on that bus. Sorry, Azana.
Yeah, I think so.
Depending on how big the bus is, like
Sorry,
you could
it's
drive
not
it if you just have a
Carlos
bus.
has got his head down.
I know like the smaller
Sorry.
buses.
I'm living
I could
for
drive
that.
them
He's
without a
hiding.
Bus driving license.
I'll do it.
Because
I'll do
Okay,
it.
well, then that's something that we can
It's good practice.
maybe put on the next,
Great
that
practice.
agenda as well.
You said you were going to add something to that, Brian, as well as availability,
For the budget, I was just gonna say, I would definitely check with Village Hall. And
to see.
Suzie is our finance director.
Suzie Micah.
Found on finances, but I think Cheryl was still inputting some things. I don't know if she had any remaining purchases that were still being put in.
Okay.
You definitely justify checking and confirm the amount that we
All right.
Okay. Okay, anyone, that's okay, I think that we should we vote on putting that, the bus and, what else, what was the other thing we were gonna put?
T-shirts
Oh,
for the end of the year?
Whatever, yeah.
Marketing,
Marketing,
marketing.
under the marketing umbrella.
Do we
Yeah.
want to, anyone want to make
Can I make
a motion? What?
we have to leave.
Okay, well then, quit talking then.
Oh my gosh, I was just letting you guys know. Okay, so you see us wondering, like,
Well,
why is leaving?
This is why we need to stop things and move on. So does somebody want to make a motion to put the bus on the 9th
I motion that.
agenda? You'll second? Okay, we will do that. I'll talk to Cheryl, we'll get Kathy to talk to Cheryl. Leslie?
I'd also like to make a motion that we vote on how we're spending our remaining monies, budget monies for 2025 at our next meeting. Will
Yes.
they be used for marketing?
Yep,
And
okay. that's
how
on
so?
there.
I'll
So
second
the
that.
bus and the marketing.
Okay.
Okay.
What did we just add? I'm a little confused.
Huh? We did, we adding on an agenda item on the 9th meeting. So that would be C for being able to use the bus for our thing. And then D will be marketing, or use of remaining budget for marketing items. What kind of items? Just kind of discussing that. Okay. Can we vote on that? Everybody say aye, who approves? Aye. Anyone negative? Nope. Okay, ayes have it, that passes. We'll get those on the agenda. Okay, C, Joyful Traditions, that's Saturday the 6th, and Kyle is not here, I was counting on him. It's from 4 to 8. We're going to do like we did the last time we did it, was a couple of years ago. We're going to do coffee and cookies, and we're going to try, I discussed this with you, and I discussed it with Leslie, so I hope everybody else is on board. But I have a big bag of garland, just garland, the thick and the thin, and I thought we could take our tree, which Kyle said he could get us one near the event, and we could just wrap it with garland for our decorations. And then at our table, we get these, we have these things, and we'll just punch a hole through it, and we'll get all the kids, anybody who wants to just write their name. We have some metallics, we have some whatever.
Oh, cute.
And then they can go over and hang this on our tree as ornaments. So the tree will be all glitter tinsel with these, with villagers' names on it. Does everybody think that's a good idea?
Love it. Simple.
Great idea.
Yeah?
And then
Yeah.
what time is that again?
It's from 4 until 8. We're gonna
Okay.
set up our tent.
I might not get there till like 6-ish, because I have I have a speech thing during the day, and I
okay.
might not get home.
I won't be there until 6.
So
I
yeah,
got a big
that's
wine
probably-
tasting that day.
I work till 7:30. Yeah.
That'll work. We'll meet you.
We'll do it in shifts.
Okay, well, we'll have
That's
people.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
What if we have 2 shifts? What if we
Yeah,
make
because
it set
if
up?
it was really
I could do
full.
second shifts, but yeah, I've got,
Yeah, and then 6 and takedown.
Yeah, does anyone, Kathy, you got the coffee last time. How much is a box of that coffee? Do you know? Is it
Yeah, the,
$40 or
I think it's at least 25.
has anybody? Okay.
Like
It's not
25.
40, but I
No,
think it's
25.
I think 25 is.
Maybe by now 30, okay. Well, so 2, okay, that's fine. So I thought we could get 2 boxes of
Yeah, I had a
the-
couple boxes.
That Dunkin'
I could do
Donut
that.
stuff? Okay.
I could
I'll
do
get
that.
the cookies.
And you'll get the cookies. I put on the budget maybe $150, probably,
For
we'll have
cookies?
money for, yeah. But, yeah, maybe 200, depends. Don't go to the fancy bakery, go back to Jewel.
Yeah, I could
Okay.
get the coffee.
Okay, so you'll do, and also tied into this is Friday after Thanksgiving, that's this week Friday. I think at noon, they're meeting at the gazebo to help put up Christmas lights on the trees on the Prairie Path. So anybody who has any time or feels, if it's a nice enough day, go out and we'll meet, we'll meet over there and
that's on
Kyle-
Black Friday this week.
Yeah, well, I
Friday
guess that's
noon.
what they call it now. Okay, it's the whole black week.
Work, work,
is
work.
black,
I'm
black,
working too.
So,
I can probably
whatever.
do it. It's
Okay.
Friday at noon, correct?
Yeah. We're just, I'm sure it's not gonna be done in an hour, so, another little bit
I'll
of
be here.
time. You can always just text me or call me, and I'll let you know if we need any more people.
Yeah.
And then, anything else on that? Okay, number D is the town hall meeting, and that's Friday, December 12th. I would like somebody to work with, probably me, just because I have all the junk, to curate what we want to put on our table. Do you want to do that, Leslie? I was thinking that it's going to be in a room, I don't know, maybe in the gym here. And everyone's going to have a table, all the commissions, and people are just going to walk around. And I thought it would be fun to just have a little piece of every event that we did.
Oh.
And I also thought we could maybe put up the Hokusai photo op. It's really easy, all the pieces are together. So if anybody, it would be a nice backdrop to our table, because we won't have our tent. We'll put our tent up there. But, and then all the stuff, we'll decide what we want to put up, and we might bring a skeleton, we might bring everything. Bye, guys, thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All the pins that you've made.
I
We
didn't-
should be wearing those.
I didn't make
on.
any this year because I didn't think they were that hot, so, but I could start making them. I did a Hokusai one.
You
just 'cause,
did?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
So, I mean, you made those pins, so we have like,
I thought it would be cool if everybody just picked one of the shirts that we have to wear, and maybe they'd be different. I'm planning on wearing my cicada one because that's my favorite ever. So, some of you people are new, so if you'll just have the last one we made. But Leslie has quite a few, Kathy might have a few.
I'll be there at
Eliza has a few.
7:30. I could be there at 7:30.
Okay.
They work, I
I
close.
don't think it'll, they're gonna have drawings for stuff, so.
I can't make this. I can't make this. I have a school thing.
There you go.
Sorry. School keeps me
I
busy.
go, what-
Yeah, came
What time does
today.
it start? I guess I was a little. like,
4 to 8, I believe it is.
No, that's Joyful Traditions. As a matter of fact, you have to check on Facebook. I had it I don't have the number.
It's right out front, too.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a sign right outside the door.
There is.
I
I'll just-
want to say it's 5 to 9, because they're doing a lot of, it's an hour walking around and an hour talking and an hour with raffles, and it's just a lot of stuff. It's just a town hall to get to.
And Liquid
know
Fun's
what's going on.
playing.
Yeah, Liquid Fun's going to play.
They're
so-
back.
So I hope they have a check cut for them.
Mary, when were we going to decorate our tree at the Joyful
I don't know. The lights are going up Friday, so I don't know if anyone wants, maybe that Sunday? I don't know. We're just going to wrap garland around it, and I hope I have enough. If we don't, we might have to make a little trip for $250 more of garland, but, so, what's a good time for anybody? Saturday, Sunday, weekends, or?
I could do it on Sunday, but this is a busy weekend at the restaurant, Friday and Saturday for me.
Sunday is fine with me.
Yeah, we
Sunday?
could do it Sunday.
Sunday, 1 o'clock? Earlier, 1?
1 PM.
1-ish works.
Sunday,
for
1,
dates.
if it takes us a half an hour, I'll be gobsmacked. I mean, it's
1 PM.
nothing. We got our snowman to put on top and just to wrap the tinsel around it.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
okay, so 1 o'clock on Sunday, we will meet. I don't know where the tree will be, but Kyle said it would be near
Maybe we do a group text. or
the
something.
gazebo, yeah. So,
And then who's ever there,
we'll
there.
try and walk and see. Yeah, when we do the lights, I'll ask him,
Right,
okay?
okay.
Okay,
Dates?
so, let's get down to commissioner comments.
Oh, we got the dates that
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
we added
Oh, are we gonna do that? Oh, yeah, we did put that on.
as
here,
E,
didn't we?
right?
Okay, E. Now, what are the dates? I have calendar here. How did you get these
I
dates,
put the
Kathy?
4th day, I looked at my 2026 calendar and picked the
Yeah.
4th Tuesday, and then someone could correct me or double-check me.
That's what I would
The
have done.
4th Tuesday.
Kathy, I know you always do your due diligence. So I trust you that these are
Well,
all the 4th
I'm
Tuesdays.
Just, it doesn't hurt
Who-
to have
who,
someone,
No, second set of eyes. I get it.
December,
especially if we're
okay.
talking dates that I'm going to submit to the village.
Okay, here, I have my calendar right here.
And then I also have to leave. I'm so sorry.
No,
Thanksgiving prep starts early at my house.
Same, same girl, same.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Your week,
Nice to
guys.
see
Have a
you,
good
Bridget.
Thanksgiving.
They're right.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah, the dates are correct.
Enjoy your T-shirt.
I will.
Okay, I have January 26th, the 27th. Is that what she has?
It's
Somebody
all
wanna
right.
take-
Eliza's
I did
already-
it.
It is all right?
They're all
Okay,
right.
okay, so,
So
do we
the
want,
question,
what was the
question
question?
is, when is Thanksgiving next year?
This year it's what, the 28th? So it'll be an early one next year.
September,
It's the 26th.
November,
Same,
Thanksgiving.
same as this, just like this.
One, two, three, four.
What is
Well, it's on a Thursday, so it
25th.
won't be on a Tuesday.
It's the 26th.
Yeah, it is.
Today's the 27th.
So, that's when it's just
Sounds
like this,
27th,
like this week. And next week, and Christmas is on, actually, it's better, it's a day later. Christmas Eve's Thursday and Friday's Christmas.
I mean, I think this November date works. What dates are you
Yeah,
concerned
it's
about?
just like this week,
I was just,
yeah.
I'm fine. My turkeys are brining as we speak.
And even the 22nd, I mean, unless you're
said
going out of
burning.
town,
and then you're going out of town.
you know, right.
Just like you're leaving the meeting.
May 26th?
Yeah, that's,
Memorial Day weekend.
August 25th.
that's my
The day
anniversary.
after.
The Memorial Day weekend.
I want this right, I did want this. Okay, so, are we gonna, do we want to approve this?
Approve.
Motion to approve?
Motion to
Second.
approve, somebody want, you want to, who
Oh,
wants
I
to make
approve
it?
'cause
Michelle, do you want to make a motion to
I
approve
did,
the?
yes.
I will just
Fun
email this to
Commission?
the village tomorrow,
Okay,
is what I'll do.
So, did you make that motion?
I did.
You did, okay, who wants to second the motion to
Second the
approve the
motion.
Fund Commission meeting 2026 dates?
Yep.
Liza, okay, that's approved too. Okay, good job. Now let's move on to commissioner comments. I'll start with Matt, do you have any comments? Not at the moment. Okay, we'll check with you later.
I have loaded questions for another meeting.
Yeah, you could say it.
None.
Stuck them up. Liza,
None.
none? Kathy?
No.
No? Leslie?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And again, thank you, Brian, for all your help, as always. And thank you to Cal for being here and helping us along tonight.
You've listened to the symphonic ranges of my voice all night. I have nothing additional.
Okay, that's that. Chairperson comments. Yeah, I'm all the same. I'm hoping you guys can find somebody who will enjoy doing this for next year. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. So just remember that. It's a lot of work.
I guess that's your
Trust-
comment, Mary.
Pardon?
That would be your comment.
That would be my comment. That's my chairperson comment.
A lot of
Trustee
words.
Sabrina, you have anything to say?
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everyone at home. Be kind to your neighbors, everyone else. There are a lot of folks that need help. Reach out to them, whatever they can do. This is a fun commission. I'm glad to be here. We're having fun. This is my first meeting with you guys, and you guys did a wonderful job. Thank you again for doing all the hard work. Brian, appreciate your comments, and also appreciate your help reaching out to us and making this fun commission a success. Carrie will be here next meeting. Carrie is a little under the weather, so she should be doing well. Other than that, you guys keep up the good work. I just want you to know that town hall meeting is going to be on Friday, December 12th. If anybody from the village wants to join us, Fun Commission, the meeting is going to be between 5 and 9, so come out and have fun, more fun. I had
Or
fun
fun.
today.
It's too much fun. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, Brian, do you have any comments to make?
Eric was our staff person.
Eric, yes,
Real hero. I
he is. He was.
all that credit, but did a great job.
Yes, he did.
Other than that, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. Perfect. Somebody want a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
second.
Let's see, okay, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, guys. Woo!
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.